Python also gives another way to output files that might be a little more intuitive. We've used the print function throughout this course. In fact, it was the very first function we ever saw, and it was part of the very first program we ever wrote. We've also discussed the idea of keyword parameters, or optional arguments that we can supply to override some default behavior. Whenever we've used print in the past, Python assumes that we want to print to the console. Usually that's what's over here instead of our output file. However, that's actually an overridable parameter. If we supply an argument for the keyword file when calling our print function, then Python will write to that file instead of to the console. So actually, my favorite way to write to files is just to use our same print function that we're very familiar with. We still have to open the file the same way, giving a file name and a read mode, in this case write, and assign the result to a variable. But that variable can then become the input for the keyword parameter file, telling print to that file instead of printing to the console. So if we had run this code without that keyword parameter, we would have just expected to see each of these names printed to our output over here, because this just says for each name in the list, print the name. With the keyword parameter though, it says for each name in the list, print the name to the output file. Output file is outputfile.txt. And so we see the exact same results we would see in the console in outputfile.txt. So this is very intuitive to use. We're used to using print to the console. Now we can print to a separate file in exactly the same way. I personally see more people using the write function that we talked about before, but like I said, I prefer using the print function in this way. The added bonus is that by default, print appends that new line character, dodging that issue we encountered with our write method. But we still retain access to the same other keywords that we've used in the past, so we could override that if we want to.